So you guys want to do like a cold open or something?
Recording. A cold open?
A cold open.
How so?
That's like when we're talking, and then the show starts. Welcome to the 4th episode of Drama and Ramen. I'm Stefan.
That was our cold open.
That was our cold open. I'm Stefan, one of your hosts.
And I'm Simon, another one of your hosts.
And I'm Zoe, also a
the
host.
third and
Welcome
debatably best of the hosts.
Welcome to the host club.
That's the wrong anime. This week we are discussing the first 3 episodes of The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, an anime from the 2005 realm.
Is it from that time?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I Googled it while I was watching.
Okay, so me and Stefan have watched the first 3 episodes, but Zoe, you've only watched the first episode.
Yeah,
right?
The internet betrayed me.
Oh, okay. So this is going to get kind of weird for you, I think. Shall we jump into a description?
Yeah, who wants to handle the description?
I don't know if I can.
Shall we alternate for the different episodes?
I don't know. Like, I feel like the last time we alternated, it was a mess. So, like...
Yeah, well, that was in the first episode, and everything was a mess in the first episode.
And then it was again in 28 Moons, and that was
no,
also...
because that was just one
28
episode.
Moons' fault.
Okay,
yeah. I think Zoe should start on the first episode, since
Okay.
that's the only one she's seen.
Okay, and
I'll do the second episode.
I have extensive notes on the third episode.
And you can do the third episode. Perfect.
Yeah, okay.
And then, we're allowed to interject with our own notes and stuff for each episode.
Okay.
That's how we do things.
Yeah.
On Drama and Ramen. Another spicy
Get away
episode
from
of
the
Drama and
microphone.
Ramen.
I'm calling the cops. Hello, police. I have a suspect that I want you to shoot without
Another
due process.
moist episode. Okay, sorry.
I'm not listening to
I'm
this.
editing that out.
I'm the editor. I'll keep it in.
I'll ask for an early edit and then edit that out.
Yeah,
and
you
then
know
post
when
it
you
to
send us
SoundCloud
the
without your
episodes
consent.
Thursday night at like 6 o'clock?
Well, I'm sorry,
Perfect.
I forgot to. I
It's
forgot
okay. I
to
don't
save
listen to
the
it.
last
10 p.m.
episode.
cough
I edited
last
the
night.
whole thing and then I
Oh,
forgot
boy.
to save. And I was like, oh, I should send it to them, and then it was all gone. It's like I have to edit it again.
So, The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya.
Yeah, sorry.
What's the
when you
elevator
start
pitch
it.
for this show, Simon?
There is a boy that goes to school with a weird girl, and also there's aliens and future men and espers and boobs.
All right. If that ain't anime.
Wow.
Okay, first episode. Go.
I don't really know where to start.
Let's start on the opening narration.
I'm scared of anime.
Just putting it
As
out
you may
there.
know. So this kind of freaked me out.
I don't think there's a fear named after the fear of anime because, it's like Greek words, and I don't think there's a Greek word for anime. But
Otaku phobia.
They can name it after me.
Zoophobia. I think that's already a thing, though, right? Finally? Like a fear of animals or something would be like zoophobia.
That's different from zoophobia, which
Yeah,
is
but
not
you
a
might
fear-
get confused.
which
But
is
I
not
have
a-
been called Zooey before, so...
Zooey.
You have?
Yeah.
That's pretty great.
Zooey, Zozie.
There's a book called Cryptozooey. That's about a girl named Zooey that's meets real life cryptids.
I need to read that.
That's also another anime.
I was
we
gonna
should
gift
watch.
it to because I used to teach a class about cryptozoology as like an after school thing, and one of the students in my class was named Zoe.
Simon, I
Wow.
love your
That was me.
cryptozoology.
It was you,
But we only
past.
have until 11:30 to record, so let's get.
Whoops. Okay, so it starts with a guy riding to school on a bike, and he's making metaphors about Santa Claus.
What
Are they metaphors?
Well, he was saying, like, I never believed in Santa Claus because I know that reality is disappointing.
Well, first he said how you believed in Santa Claus doesn't matter at all. It can't even serve as idle chatter. And I think it can serve as idle chatter. And I think to prove that, I think we should all say how long we believed in Santa Claus.
6th grade.
Okay.
I feel like that opening narration really helped set up this instant contrast between him and Haruhi, who we meet later, because
I guess it does.
Yeah, because the first thing we learn about Kyon that's his name, Kyon, is like that he wants to believe in these things, but like knows he shouldn't, or has accepted that they probably aren't a thing.
Yeah.
And then he immediately meets a girl who is so passionate about these things he has chosen not to believe in.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that's the purpose of that narration, is to like give us that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's cool. Zoe, continue.
Then I wrote about how I was scared of anime. This is probably punishment for me choosing 28 Moons last week.
It is.
Yeah, continued punishment.
Are you gonna call one of the characters Jacket Guy?
No,
like
I didn't.
Come on.
I didn't pay attention to who was wearing jackets.
I was
a little distracted.
Yeah, I was going to
scared.
like note down everyone who had jackets, but I forgot to.
This Koizumi fella.
But I actually knew all the names of the characters in this show.
Yeah, you weeaboo.
No, it's because they did a good job of introducing the characters.
Yeah.
I can never really focus on the names because I'm too focused on the mess that's happening in the show.
Okay.
The mess does make sense later on. I'm looking through my 9 pages of notes on the 1.5 hours of television I watched.
Okay, let's keep going. Zoe.
And then he's in class, and this girl stands up, and she's like, if you're not an alien, then leave me alone.
She says, if
I'm
you're
gonna
not
fall
an
in love with
alien,
a
future
man.
person,
Yeah, future man.
or an Esper,
then don't
then
talk
get
to me.
the down.
And then she pulls out a gun and shoots someone, just for effect.
So then after she exclaims that she's in love with aliens, everyone's like, wow,
that she'd
what
like
a
to be
weird
in
girl.
love with aliens.
Yeah.
I
I think one of her character frustrations is that there are no aliens around.
Yeah.
Is she like a furry but with aliens? Like, is that
It's
a thing?
It's worse.
Does furry include, like, only encompass things that have fur? Or are there, like, subdivisions?
So Kyon has this monologue
Okay,
about the time
fine.
he spent with Haruhi during the school year, and we learn a lot of interesting things about Haruhi, like she's never had a relationship that lasts more than a week because she keeps breaking up with all the people who are not aliens, but she will not say no to a date.
Once within 5 minutes.
Once within the longest was a week and the shortest was 5 minutes, allegedly. And there's a quote from Kyon that said, male students were nothing more than potatoes to her, which I thought was really funny.
What? He said nothing more than potatoes?
Yeah.
I don't.
I just thought that was funny. So
that is funny. Nothing more than potatoes.
Mm.
I feel like that's a weird food to choose.
Men are nothing.
But potatoes.
Yeah.
I once found an article called 40 Famous Movies If They Were About Potatoes. It's a BuzzFeed article.
Yeah.
Of course it was.
It was just movie names, but altered to include like potato or spud or something. Like the Spud Father. Or, it was so stupid.
I hope you guys are enjoying Simon's last episode of Drama and Ramen. It's been a good ride.
I'm sorry, I'm not really on the ball today.
It's okay.
I don't think any of us are.
Yeah, this is the chill episode of Drama and Ramen.
Yeah.
Continue with the episode description.
I think I just kept writing about how she wants to get with an alien. I don't
You
really
just kept
I mean,
writing.
yeah, I
it.
get it, Haruhi.
I didn't really focus on what was going on. So after her like speech in class, then there was like the group of 3 guys that were like stalking her.
No, they weren't. Just Kyon was like looking at her all the time. The other boys were.
The other guy had a lot to say for someone that he didn't care about.
That's true. Well, he was. They went to the same middle school.
They went to the same
right?
middle school. So I think he was
said
like,
that. Oh, you're looking at.
You're looking at Haruhi. She's a lost cause.
She's a crazy.
There were like 4 different places.
Yeah. I have a note in here where so over the course of the episode, Haruhi starts to open up to Kyon about things, and it seems like Kyon is able to do in about 3 weeks what other people have been unable to do in 3+ years, which is hold a conversation with Haruhi. And like they give us reasons for that later on, but they don't feel real.
Yeah.
And so like everyone in this high school universe is just very lazy, and if you don't strike up a conversation on the first try, I guess it's over.
Mm-hmm. Can we talk about Keanu's name real quick? Because
what's his
we
real
know it's a
name?
I forget his nickname. Let's just keep calling him Keon or Jacket Guy.
Jacket Guy.
Yeah.
Kyon.
So
we should call Koizumi Jacket Guy because he has no other personality traits.
Yeah, no, that sounds good. I actually forgot his name, so
yeah.
But so Keon says it's a nickname, and he wishes his friend would stop calling him that. So I looked it up, like what it means. So Keon, I think it's, from what I found, it's a species of deer.
That's kind of cute,
It's
though.
what they call a species of barking deer in Japan, named Reeves Moochjack. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but I don't know if that was the intent in the show of what he was calling him.
Middle school is like, hey, barking deer, and then you're like, oh, not this shit again.
And then you move to a new high school, but someone from your old school was there, and they're like, hey, barking deer. Here we
I hate
go
when that
again.
happens.
I think we've all been through that.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yes.
I think the first episode was a classic. Like, she's weird and nobody understands her, but I get her.
But this guy...
And now we're in
Yeah.
love.
I don't
That
think
happens way too often.
I don't
They're
think
in
they
love.
are in love.
No,
Yeah.
I never
I
got
don't
that
know.
vibe.
I didn't watch the second episode. I don't know what happens.
Okay.
'Cause
he's more in love with like Asahina.
He's crushing on the person she kidnapped.
Yeah. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
That's in the first episode, right?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
weird.
Okay. Yeah. Let's.
Do we want to talk about
Let's
the
skip ahead to that,
Okay.
because that was the most talk-worthy part of the
Yeah.
episode.
The part with the computer club where she frames them for sexual harassment.
Isn't that in the second episode?
No, that's the first episode.
No, that's-
That's the second episode. That's
No,
near
that
the
is-
start of the second. I can guarantee,
I can
because I
guarantee.
separated
As someone
them
who hasn't
by
seen the
episodes.
second episode, that did not happen in the first episode.
What?
I can guarantee
didn't
that
happen.
was near the start of the second episode.
I mean, I understand why she did that,
Mine are
but
okay. I'm done.
Mine are
I'm done.
divided by episodes.
Yep, mine are too. I was reading the wrong part.
Oh, who's the screw up now, Stefan?
Okay, well,
the
episode-
weak link.
Episode 2 starts with the quote from Kyon. This is
No,
the
we're
start
not
of
going to-
never-ending hell. That's a good quote. I wanted it there.
Okay, first off, we're not on episode 2 yet, and second off, I'm doing episode 2.
Okay.
So,
fight.
Zoe, what happened with the kidnapping?
Well, there was a lot of stuff that happened in between that, but
What are the bullet points?
they talked about her hair and how it's like a way to ward
yeah.
off the aliens.
It changes. Well,
Every
no, he
day.
asks if it's to
Yeah.
ward off the aliens. But she wouldn't want to ward off the aliens.
No,
Because,
she's
won't.
into the aliens.
yeah.
I want to talk about Asahina and Yuki.
We'll get to
Okay.
it. So, yeah, so
then-
she changes, she adds a tie on her hair every day, and then resets it at the beginning
Yeah.
of the week.
And
right?
each day is a different color.
Yeah. She says, I forget how she colors each day, but I disagreed with the coloring.
I'm sorry.
I didn't think it was.
Oh, wow, I'm sorry.
I don't
this
remember
anime-
why she did it.
I am sorry this
Okay.
anime from 2005 offended your color sensibilities so much.
I'm not. I wasn't offended by it. I just thought. I just didn't think that was how the weekdays should be colored.
So tell us about
Okay.
the crimes Haruhi did.
Okay.
Also, wait. They randomly switch seats. So
Yeah.
Haruhi is sitting behind Keon, but then they switch seats for some reason. It's not explained. They're just like, we're all randomly switching seats now.
I think it was supposed to be a gag.
And then they just end up in the same.
It was a funny gag, though, because he was like, yes, second seat from the end of the classroom. Goodbye forever, Haruhi. And then the one person behind him is Haruhi. It's very funny.
Yeah, it wasn't that funny.
Not really.
I laughed out loud in bed.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm a sad boy.
I might have exhaled some air out of my nose.
So exhaled especially heavily.
I might have gone.
Please don't do that again.
Simon just like exhaled his nose directly into the microphone that we all have to share.
I'm sorry. Okay, so also they have recess
It's lunch break.
in high school.
It's
They
lunch
call
break.
it recess.
Yeah.
Like, it's when, like, courts take a recess. Like, it's just a break, I think.
It's not like there's a playground.
I thought there was a playground. It looked like
Well,
there
Q's
was.
back
I
to
don't know.
being the weak link. I'm sorry, Simon. I love you.
Love you too, Steph.
Okay.
Skipping past that.
So the guy,
Kyon.
Kyon, talks to the weird alien girl, and everyone's really jealous because they want to talk to her and they can't start a conversation with her.
Mm-hmm.
And we meet the student council president, I guess. No, the class rep.
What?
And she's like, I wish I could talk to Haruhi.
Oh,
And then
right.
she
Oh, yeah.
And then she stares him
The
down.
blue hair lady.
Yeah, I don't trust her.
Yeah, what's that?
She's up to something.
She's also in love with aliens.
Is she?
Is she,
I don't know.
Is she in love with Haruhi?
She's in love with both of them. I don't know what actually happens.
Nothing happens in the
No.
between episode 1 and 3.
Like, the end of episode 2 is like this really weird hook, and then episode 3 is like,
Yeah.
wow, this interstellar journey.
Good. Yeah. But we'll get to that.
Okay.
Let's go a little quicker here, but let's get to
I
the
just wanna
kidnapping.
finish this.
Just say the kidnapping part.
Okay, she wants to start a club because she's tried every single club in school and she doesn't
Mhm.
like any of the clubs. So then she starts a club and finds it in the classroom. And there's that weird girl reading.
Yeah, there's the book lady there.
When we,
Oh,
get,
wow.
when we get to her, I love her character.
What's her name?
I
Nagato?
don't know,
Yuki
but I kind of
Nagato.
relate to her.
Nagato Yuki.
She
Should
just
we call
sits in
her
the
Yuki?
corner.
I have her in my notes as Yuki and Nagato, so like...
I think I have her in my notes as glasses.
Megane. How about Nagato? Because I also have Mikuru.
Okay, yeah, sure. Okay, yeah, so Glasses Girl is in the back.
Close
reading.
enough.
Yep. And they're trying to start this club that doesn't actually have a real objective. She just wants to have a club.
Oh, there is
Yeah.
an objective that we learned about in
yeah, there
episode
is
2,
Okay.
which is to find the ghosts and
But-
the future men and play with them.
Yeah,
Okay,
continue.
cool. So then they needed more members to start an actual club. So the weird alien girl kidnaps someone. She just shows up and she's like, "Look
Yeah.
how cute this girl is."
We
and
have a
she
cute, we
doesn't
have a
know
cute
where she
freshman.
is.
Hell yeah.
No, she's not a freshman. She's a junior.
Oh. Are they freshmen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But she's a junior. They're
Okay.
like, she's an upperclassman.
That's not all she is if we go into the future.
and she's always doing, you know, the weird, like, embarrassed anime girl noises.
Mm.
Ah.
I'm editing that out.
I don't like that.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm saying a lot of editing out worthy things today. But I should just edit out my life.
Oh god.
And this is where the
Okay.
podcast turns into a therapy session.
So hey, how are you feeling about Haruhi Suzumiya?
Okay, yeah, so she kidnaps this random girl, and she's like, look at how cute this girl
because
is.
she's cute and has no friends.
Yeah.
It's her actual reasoning for
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
crime.
And she says, "You're a touch your boob." She starts
Yeah, she reaches
moving
around.
his hand toward her.
Like, oh
like,
boy,
no.
no.
Yeah, she kept.
And
That
she's
was
not
so
into
weird.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, she was like, "Look how cute this girl is," and then I'm as cute as her, and then she starts like reaching around, grabbing the girl's boobs and like squeezing them, and she's like, "These are bigger than mine."
She's shorter than me, but her boobs are bigger. How is this possible? And it's a very uncomfortable scene.
There's a lot of squeezing.
I think Haruhi is supposed
That
to
ain't
be
anime.
like an uncomfortable character.
Yeah, girls don't act like that.
What?
I don't know where this character trait is coming from.
So the other day I saw someone with an anime girl avatar. They were really an anime girl, right?
Yeah, on Twitter, it's weird how all of the anime girls support Donald Trump a lot. I have a thing in my notes how it seems like Haruhi is like gathering all of these archetypes that are in like weird sci-fi horror things to like see if she can convince those kind of things to happen to her. But then there's like ethical problems with like typecasting humans into roles in your life. And but then that's followed up immediately with like this thing that undercuts it, which is haha, boobs are funny.
Yeah, so it all works out at the end.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that probably covers the first episode.
Yeah, I think that's just where it ends.
Yeah, I have one note that says the dance at the end was cute.
Okay.
They dance during the credits.
Oh, that's right, they do.
Oh,
yeah. No, the animation is good. It's very nice looking show.
I'm not into it.
I'm sorry.
I would say watch the episode 2 and 3 because like I was not.
It doesn't really. It's like if you just watch the first episode, it doesn't really come off as what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Simon, you ready to get weird?
Yeah.
Okay.
I might need.
I'm ready to experience this.
Okay.
I might need you
Weirdness.
to help with some of the things because I don't really just like write down all of the plot points. I just write down things I think are weird.
Do you want to like talk about the computer club bit?
Yeah, let's go right to the computer club.
Okay.
So they're trying to get
I have a lot of notes on like Nagato and the
Yeah.
red hair girl after that.
Right. So they're trying to get a computer.
Because Haruhi one day is like, something's missing, a computer.
We need a website.
We need an online presence to survive in the 21st century as a business.
Yeah, so she goes into the computer club, which is a thing. I guess their whole deal is that they just have computers.
Yeah.
I don't know what they do on them.
Computers.
But they have them. So there's just stacks of computers. And Haruhi comes in and she says, "Give me one of those computers."
And they say,
"No."
Rightly, why?
Says,
and then Haruhi says like something along the lines of like, because if you don't, you'll go to jail or something.
No, first she takes what's the girl's name?
Asahina.
Asahina. So she takes Asahina. Asahina is with her. That's the cute girl. And then he.
By the way, what is about to happen is played like a joke, but it is not funny in the least.
Yeah. So she takes the computer club president's arm and she thrusts it onto Asahina's boob, and then as they're both stuttering in anime form,
they're both like, "Oh wow, this happened. I'm so sorry." And
we better stay in this position, frozen for a few seconds.
Yeah.
She takes out her camera and just begins snapping pictures.
So she's got dirt,
and then she pushes the guy over onto Asahina.
What is the
Here's
show?
a bar. She's like, "Better give me a computer now,
your best computer,
or you'll go to jail for sexual assault." And he says, "I've got all these everyone else is a witness, though." And she says, "That's okay. I'll just say that you ganged up and her," and it censors it.
I'll just fabricate evidence.
It's really messed up.
What's wrong with her?
Everything about it is played like a joke, but it's not funny.
No. She was making death threats in the first episode. What? Is she okay?
No. That's the whole point of the show.
We'll get into that
because it is
one of the most interesting twists I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This is stressing me out a little bit.
Then do you want to talk about the bunny girls? Or do you want to skip over
so then
that?
there's even more sexualizing of Asahina because she forces her to strip and put on a revealing bunny outfit. And by the way, every time, so Hurihu has what is her name? Haruhi. Sorry.
Harihu.
So Haruhi, every time she takes her clothes off or someone else's clothes off, she has no concept of decency, basically. So she just, it's very.
I guess she just doesn't care. I think like she knows, but like she's like whatever.
Yeah. So she just like starts stripping Asahina's clothes off and putting her into this bunny outfit, and Kiana's like, "Whoop! I gotta get out of here," and then he goes out.
And like
then they advertise their thing.
There are a lot of moments in the show that are like these metatextual, like pandering to anime fandom moments, like the bunny suits is one of them, but like it is also worth noting that it's true to Haruhi's character to like put Asahina in that suit, and it's also in line with Asahina's character to be willing to be in the suit. And I can't talk about it until we talk about episode 3.
Yeah. Yeah, there's many excuses for the smut.
I'm like, it makes enough sense, but it doesn't make total sense.
Mm-hmm. It's, yeah.
Like, my suspension of disbelief has not been broken in the show. Which is, like, ridiculous when you think about it.
So then they go out and advertise their club in the bunny suits. And then these two guys come up and they're like, you can't do that.
You can't, this is a school.
Yeah.
You need to put on shirts.
And then they, and that ends that arc.
Yeah, and then Haruhi is like,
no one shows up.
Yeah.
Stefan, why don't you go from there? Because I don't have notes for that.
There's a really funny line at the end of the episode, which is...
Whoa, don't skip to the end of the episode already.
What? No, that's like...
There's the whole thing with Glasses Girl.
Oh, wait, no.
With
sorry,
Nagato.
at the end of this scene, I meant.
Oh, okay.
There's a very funny line at the end of this scene where, like, Kyon is waiting to get his stuff out of the room where the girls are changing, and then Asahina comes out, and he's like, are you okay? And all she says in return is, if I'm no longer able to be a bride, will you marry me? And then walks home. Alright.
I've seen that a lot in, like, anime stuff where, like, an anime girl is, like, embarrassed somehow. She's like, I can't be a bride anymore. Do you know what that is?
God, I want to be a bride. I don't know what that is.
Because I've seen that a lot.
So earlier in episode 2, Nagato, the glasses girl, had given Kyon a book and told him to read it. And then after this bunny girl scene, she checks up with him and is like, have you read the book? And he says no. And so he reads the book, and there's a note saying, come meet me at the train station at 7 p.m.
And then he goes and says, was that today, or were you... And she nods, and he says, were you waiting here yesterday, too?
And she nods. So she was there just a lot.
Yeah.
And then they go to Nagato's apartment, and he drinks, like, an entire thing of tea.
3 things of tea.
3 things of tea.
And he says, oh, I'm going to be pregnant now.
That's how babies come.
I don't know.
And
very odd thing to say.
Then Nagato reveals herself as an alien.
Yeah, that's the climax of the episode and also the end.
Wait, which one's that?
Glasses
girl.
Okay.
She says, hey, by the way,
Makes sense.
I'm an alien and I'm here to monitor...
I'm here to research Haruhi because, like, some whack shit is going on and she's at the center of it and you are an anomaly in that.
Yeah. And then the episode ends.
And then the episode ends. And episode 3 has a lot of meat, so do you want to pause the recording and come back after lunch?
I think we should try to just blast through it because I feel like I don't want the episode to be too long anyway.
Okay. So
quick, kind of. Let's just go over the major plot points.
Okay.
So cute girl. What's her name? Asahina.
No. I want to go through my Nagato notes.
Okay. Well,
let me just blast through.
Okay. Go.
So Nagato is an extension of this thing called the thought entity, which is like this all-knowing consciousness that monitors the Milky Way galaxy, and she is an extension of that. And because the thought entity has evolved to a point where there is no language, Nagato is this like communication piece between the world we live in and the thought entity at the end of the galaxy. Her mind exists outside of time and space.
It's just as confusing in the show, by the way. Stefan isn't making it more confusing.
Haruhi appeared in our world 3 years ago, and there was an enormous wave of energy that washed over the known universe. Nagato is here on Earth to only observe Haruhi, but she is glad to be close to her. There are other agents of the thought entity also monitoring Haruhi on Earth. Kyon is the key to understanding Haruhi. We don't know what that means. And then that is the end of their midnight talk. Then they all have a field trip on Saturday to go split up and look for oddities in the world.
They have a romantic encounter, is the whole summary of that. It's slightly romantic.
Did we watch the same scene?
Yeah.
Okay, so Kyon and Asahina go on a date, and they're very cute together, and I hope they hook up. Asahina is a time traveler from the distant future who has come back because 3 years ago from the present time, Haruhi appeared, and time split into different planes. And no matter how hard she tries to go back, she can't go back in time before the appearance of Haruhi. So that has led me to 3 theories about how the universe was created in the show.
Oh, we didn't mention the future person thing already. I thought we had. And then Jacket Guy.
And then we meet Jacket Guy, who's a transfer student.
Yeah, and he is also following Haruhi because he is an Esper. Believe it or not.
Yeah, he's
the 3 things have been fulfilled.
Yeah.
So Esper is, I probably explain what that is. Basically, I mean, you can just boil down Esper to ESP, or because that's just kind of like a psychic powers.
Okay, so he appears and says he's an Esper, but he doesn't have like powers really, so we don't really know much about him yet.
Yes.
There's a scene in the club room where Haruhi buys a maid outfit for Asahina because it's anime, and of course.
Yep. And then she strips her again, and
I wasn't into the maid outfit until Haruhi was like, "Hey Yuki, can I borrow your glasses?" And I was like, "Okay, I get it now."
God, Stefan. And then the Esper thing comes after.
The Esper thing.
So
comes after, and there's a very funny thing where like Kyon walks into the club room, points at Koizumi, and is like,
says, "What's your deal?
What's your deal with Haruhi?" Yeah.
So then the collision of the episode, that's not the right word, but whatever. The conclusion is that because one of them's an alien, one of them is a future person, and one of them is an Esper, it's suspected that
Haruhi willed them into existence.
Yes, because Haruhi is some sort of god figure, or god level. She's got some sort of god level of power.
This is too much.
It is too much.
All right, guys, let's go around. What do we think of the show?
Also, I just want to add, I don't know where the melancholy comes in, because she's not that melancholy.
That's the title of the book.
Okay, fair enough. Any notes to add, guys? We didn't already say?
I covered everything.
This was weird.
Yeah, it was.
What did it mean by her appearing?
So 3 years ago, from the time, in the time this show is taking place, 3 years ago she appeared. That's the, a wave of energy washed over the universe and Haruhi was there. We don't know anything more.
Okay.
There are people in school who have memories of her in middle school, so I assume that, at the beginning of middle school is when she showed up.
Yeah, because I was going to say, if she's human, she's not 3 years old.
Yeah.
How did she appear?
We don't know.
Probably because...
I want to know, but I don't want to watch anymore.
Okay, so how do we feel about the show?
Yeah, let's go around and do reviews. Stefan, you can start.
I really like this show.
Okay. Out of 10?
I don't know what out of 10 is yet. I would say probably a 7 or an 8.
Okay.
But I'm very intrigued by the whole premise of this, and I'm probably going to watch more of it.
Alright. Zoe, what did you think of the first episode?
If it wasn't an anime, I would watch more of it, because it is kind of interesting, but just the fact that it's anime is just...
Does it turn off?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's spooky. I think it's the eyes that I don't like.
Because they're spaced so far apart.
Yeah, and they never blink.
Do they never blink?
I've never seen anime eyes move.
I think they blink.
I don't know.
They absolutely blink.
I don't know.
Okay, is that why you're scared of anime?
I don't know.
Kyonkun Denwa.
What?
Kyonkun Denwa. It's a gag from later in the show.
Oh, okay.
If we continue
Mr.
this
later in the show.
Well, I've seen
Stefan know-it-all
I've
Adams.
seen funny YouTube videos that explain some of Haruhi.
Okay, well, I'm gonna give this 6 blackmails out of 10.
6 minor felonies out of 100.
6 kidnappings. I don't know.
2 death threats and a sexual assault threat out of 10.
Whoa! Oh boy.
Okay, yeah, cool.
So that's the Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya.
Mm-hmm.
What are we watching next week, Simon?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, okay. So I wanted us to watch a show called The Prince Who Turns into a Frog. But it turns out that the prince doesn't actually turn into a frog in it. So
That's disappointing.
I'm calling for someone's head, and I don't know who it is yet.
So I have decided to change it to... I figure we can...
Simon is scrolling vigorously through his iPhone photo roll.
How far up were you?
I was very far up. I was looking for something way back. So, we can either continue this anime train and watch my favorite anime, Nichijou.
Nichijou's
I won't be on the podcast next week.
Nichijou is a good poll. We should not do 2 animes back to back.
We also probably shouldn't do too many good shows.
Yeah. Like the Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry that this was kind of an underwhelming episode, guys. But it was a pretty good show, so we didn't really have anything to get into a giant jacket man argument. I called him Jacket.
There were no fights.
Every show we have to pass on the mantle of Jacket Man to a new character.
Okay, but the second show...
what was the first show? Nichijou?
No, not Nichijou, because I replaced that too.
Okay.
So the 2 shows are either The Sound of Your Heart, which is a live-action show version of a webcomic, a Korean webcomic that's really good.
Okay.
Or Click Your Heart, which is, let me just read the description here. It's about a charming student who catches the eye of an athlete, an intellectual, a brooding loner, and a passionate dancer in this choose-your-own-adventure romance.
What?
I am so in that one.
Yes!
I thought you guys would like that.
I want it.
Dog, yes.
Okay, cool. Click your heart next week.
Click your heart.
And click that subscribe button on SoundCloud.
Click that follow button on the Twitter account that will be up by next week.
Are we making a Twitter account?
We have a Twitter account, but it's not ready, and we need to fix it.
Okay. Yeah, tune in then. And until next time, catch you on the flip side.
Catch you on the flip side of calling the cops on Simon. He's dead to the podcast and us.
Bye.
We love you.
Bye. I'm so uncomfortable right now.
Calling the cops. What button do I press?
The record button. Bye. The stop button.
Boop-a-doop. Simon.